Early double-digit lead for Furman at 17-5 Paladins. And as we look at the Michelob Ultra Series history presented by Southern Crown Partners, Furman has been remarkably consistent over UNC Asheville. 8 straight wins.
Yeah, which is a little surprising because, you know, UNC Asheville has fallen on some tough times of late. You know, they've run through a couple of coaches, but this is a team that's won the Big South tournament 3 times, as recently as 2017. So it's a program that's used to success and still trying to find its way back up there.
Haven't gotten one over Furman since 2015. Paladins beat the Bulldogs 68-50 last year. Mia Green hasn't scored yet. Early problems for the Bulldogs. Turnovers, already 4 of them. So they turn to senior point guard Diana Maxey. First action for Kristen McMillan. Her jumper a little long, and then a foul on the rebounding action. Amara Gibson tacked with it.
I'm really interested in seeing the growth of Ty Berry. She is a player that clearly has all the potential in the world. Just a freshman. It's about reining it in. It's about learning this game. And I think you're seeing steps from her every single time out. It's a good rebound right there.
Coach Curtis called her the team's hardest worker and the loudest player in the gym. Someone that everyone loves. Coyle with the shovel to Berry. Beautiful big-to-big feed and finish. Gowans once again hounding UNC Asheville's guards in the backcourt.
This Furman offense is running exactly what it wants to do. They want to get it to the free throw line, and they're sucking in the defense. Asheville's falling for it. They need to be more disciplined defensively, as we talked about off the top. They need to stay on their defenders, or stay on their marking. It's giving wide open shots.
Bulldogs an early 2 of 11 from the field. Green only 1 shot attempt. She can get to the rim at will if she wants. Chucked it inside for McMillan. Coyle fouled her. And that's Claire Coyle's second.
Yeah, not one that you want to get in early foul trouble. Coyle, coming off of a really good freshman season, has only been better than that since the start of this campaign. I think can be a real weapon when this team gets into SoCon play.
She fouled Kristen McMillan. Makes her 13th out of 15 free throws this year. McMillan missed the first 3 Asheville games, but has come back to average almost 20 minutes a game. And she's someone that's a presence down low on the defensive end. Coach Lewis saying that McMillan brings a toughness to this Bulldogs crew. McGowans blows right past her.
Yeah, they need some toughness on the floor right now. That's 14 paint points already for Furman.
Green misses the stop and pop. Second chance for McMillan. She draws another foul.
14 out of 21 points for the Paladins coming in the paint. And I get it, you know, one of the issues for Asheville, as she's admitted, Coach Lewis, is their presence on the interior. That's something they've really struggled with. But right now, it's a lot of free runs. And that's a good attack right there for McMillan, doing a good job of getting to the line.
Third offensive board for the Bulldogs. Freshman point guard Jamaria Freeman, 2 in blue, subs back in. Tanisha Lewis subbed out Jamaria Freeman early on. Those two have had a long-standing relationship. Second free throw true for McMillan. Jamaria Freeman and Tanisha Lewis go back to when Freeman was in 6th grade. They both come from the same area, North Carolina. Wilson out on the eastern side. McGowans drives baseline, an offensive foul tagged on Furman. On Lauren Bailey. Hip checked, an illegal screen.
Yeah, didn't have her feet set here. Kind of leaned over for it. I think Furman fans here a little upset by the late whistle. That's a right call.
They've had plenty to cheer about so far. Paladins active in transition. 5 of their last 5 from the field. Dump it inside to Kamara Gibson. Double comes, McGowan's in the mix. Possession of Furman as Gibson got on a one-track mind.
Yeah, Gibson just kind of puts her head down for a split second. And that's when Furman knows how to pounce. I mean, that's Coach Curtis basketball. This team always plays so tough.
Alyssa Irvin sweeps inside. Parnell pulls down the rebound. Recycles for Bailey. She drills it. 10th made three over her last 3 games. Furman up 15.
She can really fill it up. She gets her threes quickly.
Gibson and Parnell tangled up after the whistle. After the Clemson loss, Pierre Curtis said Lauren Bailey is the kid we want shooting the ball. Struggled to get looks early on, and Furman did play some tough non-conference opponents, but it's now free and easy for Lauren Bailey.
And again, this is the type of game that I think really fits Lauren Bailey's game, where she's just going to drift around that three-point line, and if Asheville isn't running with the shooter, she's going to get a lot of really clean looks at three, and that one, that's a shoot-around three.
Gibson rolls the first in. Kamara Gibson started off her career with 2 years at San Diego State, a season at UT Arlington, then tried to transfer to South Alabama, never played there, never played at Alabama A&M the following year, so this is her final year of eligibility with UNC Asheville. Nothing but air for Raina McGowans.
Yeah, and it was never going to turn overnight for Coach Lewis and UNC Asheville, but you look at her background at the Division II level, tons and tons of winning. Just needs to get her players in there, and I think that's what she's hoping with a massive transfer class, that some more players that maybe are a little more bought in and understand the system with some veteran status.
Orion Egbena loses it inside. 10 newcomers for UNC Asheville, 8 of those transfers. Bailey off the ball fake. Very strong inside, too much mustard. Tanisha Lewis was 61 and 29 at Elizabeth City State.
Yeah, and that's a program that, and the CIAA Division II that can really put together some good programs. And at Elizabeth City State as that premier program for a little while before coming over to Asheville.
Before that was the associate head coach at North Carolina Central, and spent 5 years in the WNBA after a great career at North Carolina State. Maxey up the floor. Freeman with the pass to Orion Egbena. Tic-tac-toe passing to get UNC Asheville down to 12 on the deficit side. 7-second differential before the end of the first. Irvin hounded in the corner. Parnell with a long pull. That's the second straight air ball from behind the arc. It's speculative from Kyra Parnell.
Yeah, forced that one up. Didn't really need that shot, but I think you get that little difference between the shot clock and the game clock. You want to take a little bit more time off. On that last play down the floor, that's not a pass that a freshman makes. Jamaria Freeman under the basket, kind of that extra shovel pass to get the free layup. That's a heads-up play, and that's something that I think Asheville is really looking for out of these freshmen. She said it herself, freshmen don't come to Asheville unless they can play as freshmen. That's a good sign.
And Freeman starting her 4th game at the point guard spot. With 7 left in the first quarter, she turns it over. Great hands from Irvin. McGowans before time expires. Wide left. Furman doubles up UNC Asheville in the first quarter. The Paladins furiously running the floor en route to a 12-point lead.